Man, these are like fresh hatchlings. Look at that. Wow, look at the size of that diamond. Oh boy. Wow. Oh. This looks pretty nice.
People found her with the shell off. They had the shell, so they duct taped the...
Today we are at the Popcorn Park Animal Refuge because they called us to come pick up some more turtles in need of homes. Some of them are surrenders, whereas some of them actually came from a situation where they were being sold illegally. Hello.
Hi.
Chris and Casey here for the turtles.
Hey, what's
What's up, man? How are you?
How you guys doing?
Good. Yeah.
We're so quiet. I'll give you a go. Okay.
Wow. Man, these are like fresh hatchlings. That's interesting. Huh. Look at that. You know what? I think this is a Florida that's just really drab. Wow. Narrow head. I see like faint lines. Sometimes when they're raised indoors like that, forget it. You can't even tell what they are.
She's also got her three-toed. That.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh boy. Wow, look at the size of that diamond.
There's like smokers. That thing is such a smoker. It's so nice. There was another one.
Look at that. She's beautiful. Big girl. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I know you've seen much bigger in nature, but
That one was supposedly a 15-year pet.
15 years, huh?
Yeah.
Oh.
I thought she did pretty good with it.
She's
So wise, man.
beautiful animal, you know? Really beautiful. Bit of a rough shell rot for a while.
Looks like
It's
she
okay
needs
now.
to peel.
Yeah, she definitely needs to peel. She's pretty too. No rescue is complete without red ears, right? Oh yeah. Little ones. There you go. There's your classic big female that outgrew her tank. Just all surrenders, people just bringing them in, right? Yep. They start off real tiny and cute, and then this is what happens. Still beautiful, but they don't fit in a 10-gallon. Yeah, people threaten to release them all the time. Well, if you're not gonna, and they try to make you feel bad too,
exactly.
right? You know, if you can't take it, then I'm just gonna release it, and that's. I think these things are almost found in almost all 50 states now. You know, obviously not Alaska, but you can find them anywhere. I was in Jamaica.
I was gonna say in Spain. I've seen them in Spain.
You were in Spain? Oh. Well, we were just over in Europe for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And we saw in all three facilities, right? All three facilities.
Overloaded.
I mean, unbelievably overloaded. And all of them were either surrendered as pets, but a high number of them were found in the wild, in the UK, in France, on Corsica. It's crazy. Oh, boy. And those aren't even that big, you know?
Yeah.
Some of these sliders are like this. Obviously, the snapping turtles get way bigger.
Not clean out the back of my car.
Yeah, I just realized that there's no room.
That's the only box that we got in this.
So adorable. But they don't stay like this. Close this behind you. Wow.
This looks pretty cool.
Yeah, look at that. I guess, was this farm equipment?
I don't know. Do you know this one's story, Karen? The one with the missing shell?
No, let me get my.
Wow, look at that. What a testament to its resilience, though. See that? So this is all bone here. This is hardened. And this is the soft parts. So in case you guys are wondering what it looks like in there, there's your one chance to see it, because this shell is supposed to come down to here. That is nuts. How long have you guys had this one?
This one's been here for about 8 years now.
8 years. Wow. That is crazy. But because nothing vital was hit,
It's fine. She gets along fine. She just can never be returned to the wild, obviously, because she's too vulnerable.
yeah, she can't protect herself.
Yeah.
So when a box turtle closes up, the plastron here is going to meet up with the rim of the carapace and allow the animal to be sealed. But when she goes and does that, this will all still be completely exposed, which means a predator could just easily kill her. Wow. It's incredible that like a lung wasn't, ruptured
It
or
was-
punctured or
You'd have to think that some of the skin had to have suffered a little bit of trauma too, just by like the
Sure.
scarring there. So she had that exposed for a while and was walking around like that, which is
Yeah.
crazy, considering she didn't have a lung hanging out back there.
And you can see too, here's the bone, and then the keratin layer right there. So you're actually getting to see things on the animal, anatomically speaking, that you normally don't get to see. And then these guys, wow, look at this.
This is pretty typical, obviously. You've seen it when people take them in and just don't provide the right conditions.
Yeah, that's amazing. Colors washed out too. Even the claws, look at that. They're like pointed straight out instead of hooked.
Yeah.
So that offers the animal little ability to, gain traction and grab onto things.
And you can see in the front they're just kind of growing their own way.
Yeah. Wow. Look at that back leg. What even happened there?
I don't know.
It almost looks like it's like a deformity too.
Yeah.
On top of,
She kind of splays weirdly. You see how her legs kind of go upwards too,
Yeah.
weird. So there's probably something metabolic there for sure.
Sure. Yikes.
It's crazy what they can go through. The resilience that they have and how long they can persist under bad conditions is just.
Yeah, I mean, we
Scary.
try to always say on our channel that everything with turtles happens so slowly. People don't realize that, you're not going to raise this thing improperly for a few years and then kill it. You're going to end up with a morbidly deformed animal, and it'll continue living, probably not to its potential lifespan of 100 plus years, which is what a box turtle should achieve, but it's still going to live a long time compared to an animal that was neglected or cared for improperly that's going to expire after a few months or a year.
Sailors used to basically capture tortoises and keep them alive for months under the deck, without any light, without any food, just surviving under those conditions, just to be able to have fresh food items, And once again, it's just a testament to what they can endure, unfortunately.
People found her with the shell off. They had the shell, so they duct taped the
This one?
the one with the open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
They duct taped it
They
back
actually
on.
duct taped it back on?
Yeah, she still actually has the shell up in the office.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so, they tried duct taping it. and
To
then-
see if it would
Wow.
fuse
Yeah.
back
But
together.
it wasn't lined up
Wow.
right or whatever.
So they actually, wow.
It's incredible she can get some infection.
Yeah, that's if something like this happened to you or me out in the woods, forget it.
That's it.
But these animals, they want to survive. They are meant to survive, and it's us that ends up leveling them. Well, here we are back home with yet another rescue of primarily red-eared sliders, the world's most commonly traded turtle species. And fun fact for you guys and girls out there are not that many red-eared sliders you can see in nature where they belong these days. They're in fact everywhere else that they don't belong. You can see plenty of them here in New Jersey where they are an invasive species, and that trend just seems to continue throughout the world now. And this is what happens. They start off these little quarter-sized adorable baby green turtles. The faces are cute, their movements are adorable, but then before you know it, you end up with an animal like this. And let me tell you, this female right here is not even that big. There are ones that are much larger than this. Nonetheless, this is a big turtle that is not comfortable living its life in a 20-gallon long aquarium. This is a turtle really suitable for a pond. So if you can give them a pond in your backyard or somewhere on your property, the animal actually can make a wonderful pet. But this this little tiny quarter-sized turtle does not stay like this for long, and a lot of people can get them to between 4 and 5 inches in just the first year alone. So how did we end up with these little babies, or how did Popcorn Park Animal Refuge end up with them? These were part of a confiscation. Somebody was illegally selling these on a street corner, and an employee of Popcorn Park got wind of it, called the authorities over at Fish and Wildlife, and they were able to get that person and confiscate these animals. But, you know, they are a burden. Taking on this many of them in one shot, and you guys that watch our channel have seen how many we do take in. It's crazy. It's crazy how many of these turtles end up in these unwanted situations. And it's a shame, because they're only like this because we as humans have done this to them. But everybody looks healthy. I don't really see any issues. Healthy little babies, which that's a rarity in itself, because a lot of these poor things are often suffering things like shell rot, soft shell, respiratory infections. But so far, upon immediate examination, everybody seems to be pretty healthy. And of course, so are these big, robust adults. So, among other species we took in today, we have some diamondback terrapins here. Beautiful, beautiful animals. But like the red-eared slider, they're a large aquatic species. And now the diamondbacks are pretty common for Casey and I to come across in unwanted situations here, because they're an abundant shore town species. So people are down at the beach for the summer locally here, and they find these things as hatchlings either in the spring or in the fall, and they think they're lost and that they're not gonna make it. They take it home with the best intentions, and then they end up again with an animal that really outgrows something like a 20-gallon tank. These animals are not suitable for that. These are deep water turtles, and man, they can move in water. I mean, their back legs alone, look at those feet. They're like paddles. And these things just glide through the water at really incredible speeds, but you can see why people love them so much. They're absolutely stunning animals. But let me tell you, if you come across a terrapin along the shore, anywhere from Cape Cod all the way down to Florida and over to Texas, which is a protected species, and you should leave it alone. Or if you'd like to help it across the road, you could do so in the direction that it's heading. And a really cool fun tip for where to put baby terrapins so that they have a good shot at survival, you can release them into an area where there's a lot of salt grass or marsh grass, because the animals will then go down into the root systems, into the mud, and they know exactly what to do there. They know how to forage and hunt for food. They know how to stay out of the eye of predators like large fish, crabs, and birds, and even raccoons at night. And they will hopefully then make it to adulthood like these animals and become a vital part of the salt marsh ecosystem. That goes for any wild turtle you might come across, ladies and gentlemen. If you see it, help it in the direction that it's heading. Don't take it home. There are plenty of legitimately captive bred turtles and tortoises legally available from responsible keepers and breeders out there, and you should look into that, because a wild turtle is already home.